Okay, ladies and gentlemen, today we are going to do the reteach for Power Standard number 10, Part 1. And all I'm going to do with you today is point out some key information that you need to pay attention to before you come up and see us with your corrected paper completely finished. Okay, so question number 1, it's asking you to figure out the inequality that represents the weights. So you need to underline right and inequality because that's what you need to do. The second thing is it says in pounds. If you look at the table, the weights are given in tons. You need to change them to pounds. We have given you right now 1 ton equals 2,000 pounds. Please write that down on your paper so that you have it. Okay, number 2. This one is asking you to also write an inequality, which means that you need to write a equation, or not an equation, but an equation form an inequality. So what's happening to the time that Molly is spending on her reading and math homework? Okay, so that's what you're trying to figure out. Then, number 3, the table shows a maximum speed. So it's giving you how many miles he's traveled. How many miles per hour can Brody increase? So it wants a maximum amount of increase for his speed and not exceed the speed limit. So you have to read the instructions and determine what state he's in and write an inequality. Or you could write an inequality if you wanted to, or just write the amount of speed that he can increase, a maximum. Number 4, it says the number line represents the solution. Let me move this up for a minute so you can see. It represents the solution. Solution is an answer to a problem. So here's your solution. Now, it says in the instructions specifically, solve each equation and circle the answer. So I want to see your line down the center of the equal sign, and I want to see your inverse operation to solve each inequality and what x is equal to. And then that way you can determine what your answer is. And that's what you should have done on the test for this type of problem. Number 5, we're talking about Maria. Okay, we wrote some notes on here as well that you are going to need to write down. This is not a multiple choice question. This is telling you to read the problem, write an equation, solve the equation, and graph the equation using the number line over here. So you need to make sure that you do all 3 of those steps. Let's flip it over to the back side. Moving on, question number 6. Same situation. These are not answer choices. Do not circle A, B, or C. Make sure that you do the steps. Write the inequality sentence. Then solve the inequality by using your inverse operations and graph the inequality on the number line provided. Question number 7, solve the following. I apologize, inequalities is what should be there, so scratch it out and write inequality. Then graph it on the number line provided. Right here, you have inequalities. When you are graphing them, you need to have an open or closed circle on the graph, and you need to have your arrow for less than or your arrow for greater than, depending upon which problem you are working. Okay, remember it should be filled in if it is equal to. Number 9, they're giving you an example of this. This is a guess and check question. It says which value will make the equation 28 equals r minus 12 true? You're plugging in a number. Ms. Metcalf plugged in 60 for r. If you write 28 equals 60 minus 12, do the math. 60 minus 12 gives you 48. Is 48 equal to 28? No. So is that true? No. So you're going to guess 2 more times to figure out which one, what number. Use what you remember about math and about solving equations to help you, and figure out which one is the correct answer for R. Moving on to number 9, same situation. What is the correct answer for T this time? So you're going to plug it in. Ms. Metcalf plugged in 60 again. 60 divided by 6 equals 9? No, that's 10. 60 divided by 6 is 10. It is not equal, so no, it is not the truthful answer. Let's move on to number 10. Number 10, we gave you an example of how we wanted you to write the equivalent expression. So, you have two groups of 4 and two groups of 3. 2 3s, 2 4s. 3 plus 3 plus 4 plus 4, because it's an addition sentence. Do the same thing for the other 3. Moving on to number 11. This one's simplifying the expressions. These are combining like terms. Okay, so x's are like, y's are not alike the x's. So therefore, we are going to combine the two x's here. 2x plus 7x makes 9x, and then the 5y is by its lonesome. It's still a part of the expression. Continue to do that for the rest of them. This x right here, there is an x there. So how many x's is that? 1. Make sure that you use that when you're combining your like terms. Okay, number 12. Number 12 says simplify the following expressions. Use the distributive property. The distributive property tells you that you are giving your present of 4 to the 2x and the 5y. You are multiplying because the parentheses are telling you to multiply 4 by 2x and 5y. 4 times 2 is 8, so you have 8x. 4 times 5 is 20, so you have 20y. And of course, you bring over the addition symbol. Notice how B and D do not have an addition symbol in between. All you need to do is multiply, and you will have your answer. Thank you so much. Y'all keep practicing, complete it, and come see Miss Metcalf or myself when you are finished with your paper.